So today we're going to be doing under 35 full face, from foundation to contour to highlight to blush. It's a lot different than over 35. Remember, more powder, less foundation for under 35. This is very important for you to know. But also remember that every face is custom and unique. It's very, very crucial that you know this, so you're not doing the same thing to every person, because one person might have oily skin, one person might have dry skin, and you need to custom match that. So let's get started. We're going to take our foundation and we're going to color match. Remember, we need to know if she is pink or yellow first. Darian is going to be a pink, so I'm going to get just a little bit of what I think is her color. I'm going to take my foundation brush, dip it in just a little bit, match right on her décolleté and kind of rub it in and let it set for about 5 seconds. So now we know that's her color. It disappeared. That's good. So we're going to start out by going and putting foundation on the full face. You can prime the face first. You don't have to unless it's a special event. If it's a wedding or something, you always need to. For when they have facial jewelry, just go right over it. You can wipe off the excess with a baby wipe later. Make sure you're going over the lip. Now, if they have areas that the foundation is not covering, remember your tricks and tips. You can always go over with the pore minimizer over these pores and really get them to disappear. Most of the time you don't have to go under 35, but if you feel you absolutely need to and it's crucially important on the film, then you can always add that on too. So we're going to get a good base. Do not be afraid of foundation. This is the basis for your face. It is very important. Remember, eyes always before foundation. You're always putting eyeshadow on first. Now, a lot of people think you do concealer before foundation. You actually want to do your concealer after foundation. The reason being is you can really blend it in once you already have a nice base put on there. So make sure you have no streakies, you have no lines, everything's even, you're even up in the hairline, all that's good. So now we're going to go ahead and use concealer. You want to use your middle or ring finger, you do not want to use your pointer finger. We can use a brush as well. Go ahead and look up to the sky. You're going to go ahead and push it right under that lash line. And you want to go about as far down as this little line is. Every person's going to be different. Then you're just going to dab it, you're not going to streak it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the other eye. Concealer should be 1 to 3 shades lighter. You don't want to go too light because then they're going to look like they have raccoon eyes. So you really want to be careful that it blends nicely, but it still gives them that sexy pop that they're looking for. So after the concealer's done, we're going to set. We have our big brush. Between every step we do, we're setting. So you can take a translucent powder or customizing on the skin. Darian doesn't need a translucent powder, so we're going to go ahead and just use a brush and kind of make everything matte. Make it nice and smooth. We don't want any shiny faces. So now that her foundation and concealer is on, we're going to go ahead and contour and highlight her. Now, again, we use the slanted brush for this. It's going to make your life a lot easier. So, this is a typical contour color. On under 35, we're going to make our C on each side of the face. On each side of the chin. See how I pinch my brush? It makes it a little bit easier. On each side of the nose. Remember, dark colors push and light colors pull. So wherever I'm putting the dark color is meaning I'm pushing in that area of her face. Wherever I'm doing a light color, it's going to be pulling out that area of the face. So if someone has a big chin or something that needs to be pushed in, you're just going to contour more down here. If someone has awesome cheekbones that you really want to define, then you pull out. So for example, if someone has a really long face and you want to make it wider, you're going to go ahead and do a lot of contour right here, and that's going to really open up the spaces. So now we have the highlighter. We're going to go in a tornado. You make fun of my sound effects, but you'll use them later. You go on top of the cheekbone and underneath. So now you're going to get some blush. Remember, focus on what undertone they are and what blush you're using. Go ahead and smile. Make your lazy J. Once your Lazy J is on, don't be afraid to blush. This is all going to blend out really easy. Get your big buffering brush and really buffer all of it in. Remember, we want to use a lot of blush because it's going to come off on camera. So we're going to be blending in the contour, the highlight, all of it's going to blend together really nicely. Remember, blending is your friend. You never do it too much. This is one thing I really, really press on you to not be lazy about. Okay, so our last step, when done with the full face, pretend our eyes are already done, we're going to set with a translucent powder. I really, really like Max Prep and Prime. It has optical diffusers in it, so it has a really nice finish on camera. About this much, kind of just dab. It's going to come off white, don't panic, it'll go clear. It just has a really soft touch. So now when you're done, go ahead and open. You have a nice flawless face, contoured, highlighted, blushed, and foundation. Go ahead and give me your face of under 35 and email it to me. Thank you.